Hello, good morning. This is pre-market minutes from Wali Abo Studios. So today is the 10th of July 2025, and what we want to do this morning is to bring you updates on what is going on in the markets. First, we will do the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, Dow Jones, and check the volatility index and see what is happening over there. Before we'll go through some of the stock, what is happening? Is it some, I don't know. So yesterday, bear in mind, Donald Trump slapped 50% tariffs on copper. We'll check if it is having an impact on the market because we want to know that as well. And yesterday again, he also sent more letters out, trade tariffs letters to some of the countries, coercing them to just agree to whatever he wants or whatever they want as well. So you'll go through those stuffs, those markets, those news. So we have a bit of news. Yesterday, Grok 4, Elon Musk launched Grok 4, and which is so promising because when you look at some of the numbers, when you look at some of the ratings by some of these developments, what they are saying is it's one of the best. So I think what we will do is first go through those numbers and see what is Elon doing at Grok. That's XAI. It's one of the most because you see, I've always been saying that now AI is part of us. Whatever we do is AI. So mostly what I do, well, so what you are seeing on this my desktop is Perplexity Finance, right? So I use that a lot. Some people use ChatGPT, some people use other means, but I think mostly what people do use is ChatGPT, but people also use Perplexity. People use XAI. So it's not of a big surprise. So I think it's good for me. It's good. Sometimes I use Croc as well, so it's also good for us. Now, when you look at the market sentiment, I think it's upbeat, like it's bullish, right? So because still there's still uncertainty in the market, but still people feel that whatever tariffs Trump is bringing up, they don't really care. The market don't really care, but there's still uncertainty, and there are some few minor challenges we'll be facing. Basically, maybe what you'll be seeing is supply chain challenges that maybe we'll be seeing. Yeah, as yesterday, Trump announced 50% copper tariffs on copper. So we will go through that as well and see what will be happening this morning or even the pre markets show. Now, let's start from the indices. This morning, I think this morning too, we have some earnings. Yes, we have some earnings, and this afternoon we have some earnings. So this morning, Delta will be, I think they will be releasing their Q2 earnings. Yeah. So, and what we'll be doing is probably we might be streaming it live by 9 a.m. Central and 10 p.m. Eastern. So if time permits us, we will be streaming it live. So after this section, about 30 to 45 minutes, what we will do is we will just take a break and come back maybe about 8:49 or 8:50 there about Central. Then we'll be streaming that live for you guys as well. So first, S&P is up by 0.61. Nasdaq is up by 0.94. Dow Jones is up by 0.49, which is not surprising. But still, as I said, volatility is still there. When you check the volatility, it's down by 5.18, right? So still, we have the market is a bit volatile. Yeah, because of these kind of uncertainty we are having. But still, we are still green. Nasdaq is up. S&P is up because S&P we have 62, 63. Nasdaq we have 20, 611. Dow Jones we have 44, 45, 8. So it's not of something which we should be worried about because when you look at mostly the stocks, all the stocks, most of them seems to be up. So first, let's look at this. Rocket Lab is down 0.49. We do have any news for Rocket Lab this morning? No, we don't have any news for Rocket Lab. ASTS Space Mobile is up by 2%. What else do we look at? Okay, United Health. let's see United Health. United Health has been a bit flat these days, so they are down by 0.02%. CVS, let me see, CVS is down by 0.21. Let me go to Humana. Let me check Humana before we move on to my watch list. Humana is also down by 0.61. It seems all the health industry seems to be down. Yeah, all the health stocks seems to be down. Now let me check HIMS. HIMS it's down by 0.33%. I told you. So basically, it's also part of this health sector. So it seems all the health sector is basically down. I don't know what's happening over there. I think maybe we might take time and look at that as well. Let me see so far. So far is also down, but now so far is around $20, right? Yeah, so far it's $20. So it closes yesterday, it closed at 20.22, and this morning is 20.21. Is so a little bit down. Yeah, so far it's a little bit down. Palantir, let me see. Palantir is up by 0.14%. Yesterday it was 143.13. This morning is 143.33. So it's sort of Adobe. Now, let me check Coinbase Global. Coinbase Global is down by 0.13. 0.13. Um, Robinhood Robinhood is out by 0.58, which is trading 95.09 this morning. Um, Let me check Rivian. Rivian is down by 0.15. Most of let me see Google is down by 0.05. That's one is trading at 176. Yesterday was 176.62. This morning 176.54. So Meta, let me check Meta. Meta is also down 0.05%. 732 this morning. Let me check Tesla. Tesla TSM is up by 0.46%. AMD is up by 1.92. Intel, let me check Intel. Intel is, let me come in. Intel is up 0.64%. Micron, Micron is also up by 0.7%. Nvidia, one of the biggest news, Nvidia is up by 0.91%. So yesterday, Nvidia hit the 4 trillion market cap. We'll be delving much detail into it. So yesterday, I think by around 4 p.m. when the market closed, it was 162. This morning is 164. So it's up by 0.9%. Yesterday, they were the first company to reach the 4 trillion market cap. Target most companies are. Now, I think what some of the analysts are saying, which company is next to catch Nvidia, or which company is even targeting the even 10 trillion or even the 5 trillion market cap. We wait to see what will happen over there. Yesterday, I think after around 8 p.m. Eastern and also 7 p.m. Central, we saw a big jump in Bitcoin. Bitcoin, Bitcoin rose up to one. I think it was 112. Yeah, was 112, which was very good, which was very good for investors. Let me see if I can get that for us. Yeah, Bitcoin was really doing well yesterday. It's rose up to 112. This morning it's 111, 111K. Now when you look at the leader, their dashboard, their Bitcoin dashboard, I think for me, I think Bitcoin is doing well. The investors in Bitcoin, I'm sure that they are not even surprised of what they are seeing because people keep on pumping money in it. Companies keep on pumping money. So yes, Ethereum is also up by 0.27%. Yesterday was 2005 plus this morning is 2077. So it's still moving. SRP is also moving. So Solana is also up 0.26. So what I'm saying is Bitcoin is really having a toll or impact on all these Bitcoin these cryptocurrencies we are seeing. Because for me, if uh, assuming I'm getting a stock or I'm getting I'm getting Bitcoin, let me see, and I don't even have money much. What I'll be doing is first I'll be buying Ethereum, right? I'll buy SRP, I'll buy Solana, I'll buy these three cryptocurrencies, right? Now, and if I have, yes, Bitcoin always will always be number one, and Bitcoin will be the first one. So if you are investing in this kind of stuff, I don't know. I think that is what mostly people are doing. What most people are doing is pumping money into these cryptocurrencies. That is what they are doing. And when you look at the leaderboard, Bitcoin is first. Now, when you look at the volume changes, not that of a big surprise. Volume change, yeah, so we have about 175%. Yes. And Ethereum, the volume that we are seeing here is 84%. SRP, the volume is 53. Solana is 74%. So even Solana should even come first. But when you look at the volume right now, the volume right now, SRP volume is around 251 million. Yes, and Solana is 143. So that is why you're seeing that. So we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, SRP, Solana, Bonk, Stellar Lumens, SUI, Dogecoin, PP, Cardano. So yeah, this is the leader dashboard for Bitcoin. That's the leader dashboard for that. So let's see some of the news. So yesterday, Trump was a bit of surprise. So first, let's listen to this. Let's see if we can get a audio for this. A report by Yahoo Finance. I don't know if it will be available for us to even listen to it because it seems my network is not stable. So let me see.
Of a pretty confusing messaging from the Trump administration. There's a lot of different messages here, but I do think
Nah, we're still having issues with our network. So we will move on. The network is not helping us. So yesterday, Trump slammed about 50% tariffs. This will take effect in August 1st, right? On copper. Now, President Trump again yesterday it announced 50% tariffs on goods from Brazil in letter sent to its president. Now, Trump cited the country's treatment of former President Jair Bolsonaro. So it's this another tariff for Brazil. Again, after that, he came on to copper. So far, this is what we have for the tariff that's or tariffs letters sent out. Now, these are some of it. So for Philippines now, was 17% in like April 2nd, which was on the Liberation Day. Now it's 20%. Brunei is 25%. It was 24% previously. Moldova is 25. Uh, Now I think they've now even reduced it because initially it was 31%. Japan 25. Yesterday we no, I think last 2 days we made mention of that. South Korea 25, Malaysia 25, Kazakhstan 25, Tunisia 25, Sri Lanka 30%, 30% from Iraq, 30% from Libya, Algeria 30%, South Africa 30%. So it seems the 30% is the most because I'm seeing Bosnia also 30%, Indonesia 32%. Ideally, it was 32% already. So there's no much of surprise. Serbia 35%, Bangladesh 35, Thailand 36, Cambodia 36, Laos 40%, Brazil sorry 50%. So these are some of the 14 countries they have the letters, and I think this is going to effect will be on August 1. This will be on August 1, taking effect on August 1. Yes, that will be in August 1. That is when they said all tariffs will be taking effect. So maybe we wait to see if there will be any negotiations that would even help to reduce this thing. Yesterday, as I said, so this is from Trump. He said, I am announcing 50% tariffs on copper effective August 1, 2025, after receiving a robust national security assessment. So this is from Trump. Because of this, what I would want to do is read read what some of the details I would want us to go through this morning. Okay. Oh no. Okay. So U.S. President Donald Trump said on Wednesday that the 50% tariffs on copper imports, which he had announced previously, they will take effect on August 1. The decision was made after he received a national security assessment. And there's a quote: I am announcing 50% tariffs on copper effective 1st August 2025 after receiving a robust national security assessment. Copper is necessary for semiconductors, aircraft, ships, ammunition, data centers, lithium ion batteries, radar systems, missile defense systems, and even hypersonic weapons, of which we are building many. Copper is the second most used material by the Department of Defense. After that, copper rises to 2.62% following Trump's announcement. Now, this was yesterday, or was around 562 yesterday. Meanwhile, the 3 months benchmark copper futures in London Metal Exchange was down 16.3. So, um, which was a bit of surprising because we thought since the tariffs was enforced, we should be seeing some of a bit of, let's say, a hit, but it was still thriving. So we don't know what the market is telling us. Now the news. So, but this is huge because you see, even in the news, whatever we do, from mobile phones, from semiconductors, aircraft, ships, ammunition, data centers like lithium, like batteries, our cars, mobile phone, the pencils. Like mostly what we do use, we mostly we do use copper. So I don't know why we are doing this. And the rate at which we don't, I don't know if we produce that much. But what I would want us to do is, was it there was a news about the amount of copper that US produce. So if time permits us, we will go through that. But let me see, let me go through some of our portals, the news that I want us to just go through this morning, so that you'll be here very soon because we'll be coming back for another streaming with Delta Airlines earnings. So this is Grok. Yesterday, Elon Musk launched Grok 4. So this here are facts from. So Grok 4 is smarter than all graduate students out there. 100x more training than Grok 2, 10x more than any other company. Now 44.4% in humanities last exams. So this was when they tested ARG tested, which is this is even validated by these developers. I think what they are telling us is even Croc is one of the most like one of the best in terms of this AI. In terms of this AI, so it's a bit of good news for us because some of us would use it very well. Some of us we would really use it. Um, Dan Alves, which basically found himself with Bush. Now they raised Palantir price targets from 140 to 160. So this is what he wrote on his X. He said raising price target on Palantir to 160 as our recent checks and growing confidence in the company's AI strategy is key to the bull thesis on Palantir playing out for the next 12 months. We believe Palantir has a golden path to become an AI steward the next few years. You see, this weekend I read a post or I read a thesis about Palantir, and after that, I was convinced that this price target should be raised because see, um, what their models seems to do, if they indeed push it into force like 100% full force, I think they are going to be the price target is even going to be more than 160, because now what they would want to do is take all this information from various departments, let's say Department of Defense, Department of, let's say, the Secretary Department, take these files from, let's say, the House, combine all these data sets together into one, so that it will be so easy for even accessibility. Because you see, let's say, I am with company X and I am the data manager for company X. What I'm doing, maybe company B, data CEO or even data manager have no idea what about I'm doing, and he had no knowledge about what I'm doing. Now, what Palantir is trying to do is bring all these data set, these files together, and it will be accessed by, let's say, one person or one people, right? So for me, I think Palantir is that what they are trying to do is good. First, for accessibility and easy way of doing things in this government institution, and it promotes efficiency, because sometimes it's very the bureaucracy is very, it's too much. Because I might be the experts here, let's say for company X, that is data expert in data centers over here, or even I'm in charge of even all the files here. Now, let's say company B also would have another data expert over there, right? Both data might be different, but what Palantir is doing is bringing all these files together from all these government agencies together. And sometimes I know it might trickle down to even some of these companies, these private companies. So I'm not surprised why then always they are trying to increase the price target. Yeah, and this was yesterday in the evening. One of the biggest investors or huge investors in Tesla wrote this. He said, in the last 24 hours, the CEO of X has resigned. Yes, the head of infrastructure engineering at XAI has resigned. The vice president of software engineering at Tesla has resigned. Elon is a brilliant engineer and CEO, but he needs to get back to work as CEO or step aside. Shareholders don't deserve this. Yes, the other day I told you that I agree with shareholders. They seems to have some issues with Elon putting most of his or maybe his attention. He's not focusing his attention on either Tesla or even his companies, but trying to even enter into politics. But bear in mind, if you are in Elon's shoe, Elon would want to also see difference in our political race, because if you leave politicians to whatever they want to do, they would always find their way out. So for me, sometimes I agree with Elon Musk. Assuming, let's say, Elon had about three or four people at Congress or even at the Senate level, you know what will happen. I'm sure some of these big bill won't pass. Maybe if it will pass, there might be scrutiny or there might be changes in this kind of big building bill that part. So that is I sometimes I agree with him. Some of the stuff that's mostly that he is doing, and I also agree with some of the shareholders because they are owning the shares in Tesla, and because of that, when Trump announced that, the shares went down about 6%, more than that, of which investors wouldn't be happy with that, and some of investors at that time it was also good for them as well. So sometimes it's 50-50. You don't really get to understand what's really is happening, right? So this is part of X. No, that's a Grok launch that happened yesterday. That's what happened yesterday. So I think mostly what people are doing is they are rating the Grok and also some of these either it is cloud, either it's ChatGPT, either it is whatever you are using, yeah, that is what you're doing. So yesterday, when Trump announces these tariffs, there seems to be an issue with the timing, right? There seems to be an issue with the timing because people are thinking there's a shady deals going on. That is what Spencer is saying. He said that you can't create new copper mines in your country. The copper mines in the world are where they are. There are literally nothing you can do about it. You can't tariff copper. You can tariff copper 10,000% and still won't change the fact that most of the copper on earth is on Chile and Peru. So so sometimes you see, yesterday I think he brought a post as well. I'm looking for that post because I was a bit skeptical about that post because you see, this is what he posted yesterday. That I have a good reason to believe that somebody knew the copper tariffs were coming and traded the news ahead of time and made an ungodly amount of profit. Trump announced his new 50% copper tariffs at 12:58 p.m. yesterday. But as this chart shows, the price of copper began spiking at 12:56 p.m. It went up 8% before Trump announced the copper tariffs. It is nearly impossible for this to have been a coincidence, especially on a commodity this large with some massive volumes around the world trading daily. Somebody knew America will die if we do not fight for it. I will always fight to shine light on the corruption happening so obviously. So he seems to have a bit of idea of what is happening. But if you check the chart, this is it. So let's look at the time. 12:56. So this is okay, there is it. This is what he is saying. That at this time, people started trading it. People started trading copper. And I think within 2 minutes, right? So it's see, look at even here, look at here. 12:56. It started spiking. And 12:58 here, this is when Donald Trump announced the tariffs, right? So he seems to be giving some interpretations to this kind of the spike that were happening. So, but we don't know. We can't be sure what he knows. We don't know what he knows. So we can't also be certain. But this is part of the news that we want to give you guys. Now, Microsoft, yes, is exiting Pakistan after 25 years. And they are announcing 9,000 job cuts too as well because I think what they want to focus on is AI and also efficiency. But what they are citing is citing economic instability, yes, and political uncertainty in Pakistan. So Microsoft, which is bad news in Pakistan and also for the employers in or the employees in Pakistan. One of the bad news for this for for Microsoft in Pakistan. Okay, let me see. We have news. So there's also another. So OPEC Plus discusses pausing output hikes from October. So that's a bit of news coming up this morning. That is a news coming up. Portugal approves plan to sell 49.9% of airline tab. There's another news coming. Let me see. Delta. So Delta reported their earnings just about an hour ago, and so the revenue it's so let's start from the earnings per share. So the earnings per share is down 0.11%, right? So sorry, earnings per share, earnings per share. The estimated one was supposed to be 2.05. but this is what they reported 2.1. Now the revenue, the estimated revenue was they bid they bid that was 15.42 billion. Now what they reported is 15.5. So yes, it was up by 1%, which is good for them. Which is good for them. Yeah, and the forward guidance, what they are estimating is 5.39, 5.39. So 5.39, and from whatever they are telling us, that is what they are. So free cash flow was 3 billion to 4 billion. The okay, and Q3, what they are the forward guidance for Q3 is 1.2 to 1.75. Revenue growth is also 4%. So these are some of the highlights that Delta reported. But I think we will be bringing that when they start the conference call somewhere around 9 a.m. Central. Elon Musk, Grok is coming to Tesla vehicle very soon. That's next week in Texas. So these are some of the news making waves. Let me see if I can also get another sections that I wanted. Before we go, what I want us to do is just maybe go through some of the market news if you have a bit more news. If you don't have, then we will end here. But first, what do we will check what is happening in indices and see if it's still okay. So yes, still, I think we are still green on the day. S&P is still 0.61%, Nasdaq 0.94, up by 0.94. Dow Jones is also up by 0.49. Yeah. So and the stocks too, we rocket. Let me see, UNH, because I have already told you guys they are in the health industry, so I'm not surprised if they are up, if they are down, because I think most the sector stocks are mostly they are down because HIMS is down, CVS is down, UNH is down. But when you move on to AMD, I think AMD is up. Robinhood is up by 0.03%. That's a bit surprising. Palantir was up the last time I checked. So we are doing good on the market. Okay. Let me see if you have any trending news. Said Pentagon to become largest shareholder in rare earth miner. But we wait to see if that happens. Yeah. So yes, that is what we have for you guys this morning. What we will do is, if time permits, we would also be coming back somewhere around 9 for the Delta, and it's called this morning. So just like, comment, and also give us your honest opinion. Give us a feedback how best we could serve you guys better, and we want to know what you guys want as well. This is the pre-market minutes with Wally Yabua. See you around 9 a.m. this morning. We are hopeful that you will come. If time permits, we would want to stream that earnings conference call for you guys. Yes. Yeah. So just subscribe, like, and share for us. Thank you. See you 9 a.m.